How's it, Sean from Fitz? Welcome to our second episode in Old World. Okay, so great. Let's get started. I have a bit of a croaky throat, man. I woke up with this bit of a croaky throat, so please excuse me. Yeah, for that. All right. So there is something I wanted to do. Okay, I forgot to do. Sorry, forgot to do in the previous turn, and I just remembered it's so important. So I'm going to just rewind. Now, watch the first time I'm using the undo. I'm going to rewind to the previous turn. Oh, sorry. Okay, so I'm just going to rewind to the previous turn. It was just where we had three orders, so we didn't move it. And the reason I'm doing this is because you've got to have a spouse in this thing. So I forgot that, and I always forget that. I'm going to right click on him, and I'm going to choose a spouse, not from the tribal marriages. It costs 100 civics and two orders, and luckily we have three there. So I'm going to pick a spouse. Now, next turn, the the traders from the traders, they will offer up two people, three people for a spouse. So we're just going to end that like that, and I'm going to end the year. And we're going to end up where we were. It's just that I forgot to do that. Yeah, no, she's terrible. We're going to go for the Zerard, this person over there. Now, I also wanted to discuss this part up here, which I didn't discuss. Here we get your spouse, your heir, when you have babies, your heir peers here, and then you've got your ambassador, your chancellor, and of course your spy master. This is like your council. Okay, these are your council positions. Now, heirs are very important, just like I'd say Crusader Kings. If this guy dies, the game doesn't end like in Crusader King. The game doesn't end. But the person that is next in line will be one of these courtier guys, and your legacy is taken away. You lose most of your legacy from that, which means your order system has dropped. So it's important to maintain your dynasty, just like in Crusader Kings 2. I know I'm showing that for Crusader Kings 2, but that's the part that they've taken on from that, and this is important. When we get to the succession, so he and her will have a baby, and that baby you'll see it in the game. The baby, that child will grow up, and he'll have his own, and you can get tutors. You just like in Crusader Kings 2. I know I keep saying that. There's analysis to that, but this guy can be a tutor. You can assign a tutor to you, and he will get various skills as he goes on in the world, and as he discovers stuff that you can shape him to what you want. He'll get negative traits too, and have fights with kids, and then he's shaped. Then he will then take over when you die. So that's why it's important, because legacy, like he inherited the legacy from Dido. Okay, just for the scenario, but the only time you inherit legacy is from your descendants, not somebody else's. If he died now, we get somebody else, and there'd be no legacy. So part of that is just like Crusader Kings. It's brilliant. You're going to see it happen now. Also, in general, culture, and I didn't mention this before, culture and growth and that, they come from all over the place. It's not just, I was harping in the last episode that culture, citizens, the growth is basically only from these nets and stuff. Growth comes from all over. It comes from sites, events, and whatever. And the same with culture. You can get culture from all over the place. It adds to it. You'll be notified of it. But a lot of the time, and I think most of the time, is from what you build in your cities and stuff. Another thing, I know I'm going on with a few things before we start. When did we start, man? I'd say half past. Oh, jeez, I didn't keep a track of that. Okay, so half past we start. I'm going to make it half past we started. And then we're going to finish at 11 sharp. Half an hour per episode. And it's alright, we can do this with this game, because this game has a fairly fast clip, which means the turns are very quick. A lot of times you can't do stuff, so you can get through quite a bit in half an hour. You understand? Another thing, there's over 3,000 events in this game. Just like in the Paradox games, there's events that shape your characters and whatever, events that change your government, and all this is involved in here. in this 4X game. You understand? That's why it's so deep and such a great game. All right, so I think I covered most of the things that that I forgot last time. So we got the spouse. This is very important. All right, so, and she can also be a governor. Let me see. She can also be a governor. I can actually put her in here. I can put her in here, and she'll be a great governor. But she can also be, and you see, he can be a tutor, but he can't be as if he's a governor. I think she can be a tutor as well for her own kids, but she can be a great governor as well. So there's also that, and also you see the money's gone up. So it's important. The spouse is important. She adds to the money and everything, and it's what you need. Okay. All right, so let's get started. Okay, I'm going to take this. Yeah, that gives us, we're going to harvest that. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to grab the horses. Okay, that gives us money. Sorry, I didn't have a look. This, you see, this now gives us culture in our town, in this town here. That's 4+ culture. So it's important. You get these little bits of culture to add up. Is there anything else we want to do here? Okay, yeah, no, there's nothing else we want to do. We can end the time. I've just got to keep an eye open there, because there's stuff you can forget to do. Okay, so now we got an heir. This is a little girl. She will be the next in line, and I'll call her Dida. And there you see her. There she is. That's important to form your legacy. Okay, this guy's finished. I send him to these nets because you can see it's culture. So culture, you want to grow. You want to have growth and culture. And remember, we traders, so we are doubled. You see the 100% from that, and we'll need dyes later. Move in there, and we're going to grab the nets. Okay. I want to do this event. This is like a cause an event, so we're going to go in there. Here's an event. Hungry lawkeepers. Our explorers find a family starving lawkeepers cramped in the ruins surviving on scraps, pleading for help. They offer to share their mastery of oratory in exchange for food. Will you agree to their offer? We don't have enough food, so we have to do this. You see, we do acquire rhetoric, which is important because it's giving us a free tech, but we can't take it because we don't have enough food. Yeah. So but we'll take the money, and we get one discipline, which gives us money as well. So we got some money. We need money. Money's important in this scenario. All right, let's go back. Let's go. Okay, so we can't make it to there. You just gotta make sure. Let's just see what our family. Okay, he's okay. He's pleased with us. That gives us a happy signal there, and a happy sign. And it's also because he's also the leader of the faction, and the reason he gets such high. He's that courtier of ours as well. He's the governor and the courtier and the leader of this faction, the leader of the traders. All right, so we've got one goal active. That's research 2 technologies, and we've got everything here. We can't do much else. So there's a lot of times you can't do much. Now we're gonna hide this. I'm gonna show you. We'll take that. We'll go here. Now, Undo is your best friend in this game. I'm gonna show you how. We're gonna hire this guy. Okay, he's gonna be hired, and if we can get him, yes, we can. So we've hired 2 mercenaries. That's what Carthaginians can do. Carthage. That's what makes them so strong, especially in the early period. We can hire. We don't need to build a military immediately. You understand? These guys can't now move. Is there anything? I always like to check. Is there anything I haven't forgotten to do? Yeah. Let's see if there's more governors. Okay, it's just no. Sorry, man. More governors that we can get. So there are more governors. I like to periodically check because you see, she'd be a good governor, but we can put her somewhere else. We can put her maybe if there isn't. See, he's terrible. He's a terrible governor. He's a good governor. This guy is a good governor. We won't take him from the main city, but we might put her in our next city, depending on what the artisans come up with. Okay, so we're just gonna get some food over here. See, we pick up this food here from the orange trees. I think it was food. Anything else we need to? You got to keep an eye. Eh? You got to watch down here, because you can. Like I missed that marriage. Remember, I missed that marriage. You don't want to do that in this game. You want to make sure you're on top of everything. All right, so there's nothing else we can do. Okay, so she becomes a courtier. She joins the court. A new scholar has joined the court. Curiosity, insight will age. So she brings us. She brings us wisdom, charisma. She doesn't bring us any money, but she can act as a tutor. She can act as a tutor, a good tutor too. So we'll keep her. What's her value? She's -6. Now's the chance. I'm going to show you how we can influence these guys. See, she's a -60. It's probably because, let's just press the shift and then we can see why she's upset. She's an orator. So what I'm going to do, I'm first going to move all my moves first. Okay, so I need to get these guys out because I want to go and train them. And I need to get that guy out to there because I want to train him. Now you got to watch it because now I didn't know that this guy is here. See, he needs to come here. So I might, you know what I might do? I might just undo those two guys. Because we've got so few orders, I'll keep them there. See, this is the planning you got to think of. I've got this guy here who's the settler. We need to form a city. This is the most important thing we need to do. On this, I like forming the artisans here because I've got and I'll tell you my reasoning. They're very good with mines and lumber mills. Okay? Very good with that. Now, there might not be a lot of mines and lumber mills around here. But the other choice we've got is a rider family. But we don't want to put a rider family here. I know there's elephants here and whatever, but we want to use a rider family where there aren't any elements and horses. Because of the unique ability they can import, it's a waste of having an elephant's resource and a horse there. We're just doubling up on that. We can get them to have a city. Because this city is not a rider factory, but they have elephants and they have horses. So they don't need to bring in elephants and horses. They have the resource. You hear what I'm saying? So putting a rider would be a waste of time there. You know, we can put a rider here where there's got horses here, but there's no elephants here. We can put one here because they can import elephants because they don't have it. So we can use their ability. Another thing is with the statesman is not really needed in this. Well, in this scenario, I haven't played with the statesman. It gives us extra orders and specialist goods. But for me, the artisans fits better in this scenario. So I'm going to put the artisans in. Sorry. Now we get a timed event, a goal. So Phoenician culture is one of primary of commerce, as envisioned. Queen Dido, who is now worshipped as a goddess in Quat, is ruled by monarchs, leading the merchants whose skills keep the economy growing and the culture thriving, serving in the court. Right, I'm sorry about my reading. As the city of whatever is founded, this civilization can no longer be viewed as a city-state. Leaders of the most prominent families come forward to present their ideas on how to best further the Carthaginian expansion. Only the monarch personally can choose the path. So basically he wants us to choose a. So I always pick the money, okay? Because money is what we're after. The five, we'll get to prove that, but the money is important. The money is very important. Now, very important. I want to put a governor in here. You see, you want to put. Okay, fair enough. She's got a lot of skills. Don't get me wrong. She has a lot of skills and money skills, but you've got to look at their traits. What does she have? She has prosperous trait and is an orator. You see, sorry man. Let's just pick her. You see, she has an orator. Let me just hold her. See, she has an orator and she has prosperous stats. So she earns a bit, but she's adding to her bottom line as well. Our queen is also a good person to put in there, but you want to put, and I know this is, you see our queen has also got a good diplomat trait, and she's a good to put there, but you want to, where if possible, most of the time, put a person from that same family, that's that family of the city. Let me explain to you. This family that has the city, you want to try as much as possible to put somebody in there from the same family. You understand? And she's pretty good because she's a judge. That means she can serve as a governor, but she can hurry projects with money, which means if you need something out immediately, she can hurry that. She brings some money. She brings two culture thing, which means she can, and she's vigilant, which means she's a good choice for this thing. She's vigilant. So city defenses. So I want to pick her, but the most important reason why I want to pick her is because she's from that city, and she could, we don't know now, but she could end up being, we don't know until the next turn, but she could end up being in charge of that city, like the leader of the family. We don't know yet. But most important, try as much as possible. Even though these guys, you can put these two guys in here. They're good to put in there. You know, you can put them in there. But try as much as possible to put somebody from the same family there. It's just better. It improves your opinion. And these guys are not going to waste. These courtiers and stuff. These courtiers that came are not going to, because courtiers, their bottom line adds to this here. So they're not going to waste. Okay. So I think that's a better decision for me to do. Now you want to pick, okay, so now the fact is, that both cities don't have anybody to grow. But I want to first, now this city gets an artisan on the first turn, right? I like to send him here, and why I like to send him here first is because if you look at down at the bottom, it says 2 growth and food. I want the city to have some growth and food. Very important. And he will start building there. Now this is all that. Let me give you an idea, yeah. Okay? That's taking 3 years to do, and it costs 20 wood and 1 order to do that. So this is all taking orders. You hear me? Okay, so now what do we see? We're sitting with 1 order left. 1 order after all that. And yeah, in the beginning, like I normally do, wanted to move these guys first. And look how many orders I had to get. Getting your city's orders is very important. Now they're idle. So over here, because we need the money, I want the shopkeeper first. Right? He's taking 10 years. That's a lot. I don't like that. He's taking 10 years, but we need him. And over here, I like to get a scout to build in that city. Now, you'll notice they don't take orders. See the scout? It doesn't take a citizen. It takes growth. Okay, well, scout. Let's just do this so we know. I'll just take them out, and we watch the corner here. See their citizen. The citizen took one person out of our thing. We had 1 person there, 1 citizen there. He took that out. So yeah. Now if I put, he takes this growth thing that we've built on, but he doesn't take. So if you put a scout, see, if you notice, look here, see this little growth part, this little growth we've got so far. He takes that off, but he doesn't take the citizen away. You see what I'm saying? He doesn't take the citizen away. So I've noticed that so, and they don't take orders. You notice that they're not taking orders. You see, they're not taking orders. So that's the only saving grace we got for that. That's the only place we save ourselves orders. You with me? Okay, so, and I wanted to see something else. I just wanted to see. Okay. So that's the only. But our food is going down. You see that? Because we're adding. They're getting food. Now we have one order left. We don't need to worry too much. I like to advance the furthest forward. There's our orders. You see how quick the game moves when you're using orders. It goes quickly because the orders takes up a lot of your. You can only have so many orders. Just checking now. So the money is what we need. You're with me. Okay, so we're gonna go to the next year. Okay, so he's now finished there. He needs to go to do the mines because this is a special mining place. It gives us 2 training a year and 16 ore. And when we put a specialist in there, so we need him. The next thing he needs to pronto on is the mine. Okay, he's got a pronto on that. I'll always look down here to see if these guys are active. Now I can move. There's nothing else we have needed here. Oh, we wanted to see. Okay, she's not the leader of that. But it doesn't matter. Try as much as possible to put somebody in there that adds stats. Maybe not as much as the others, but try to put a person of the same family in there. That's important. All right, so he's gone. I'm gonna move. These guys need to go and get trained, so I'll send them there, and I'll send them there. Right. This guy's got all his stuff. I want him to come back to there, and he can't go. See, I'd have to force him, and I've got no orders. You see the situation you see the situation I'm in. I'm not worried about the Numidians. We'll deal with them later. Our first target is to get this city. So we need to start a war with Libya. But we're not going to start wars yet until we build up our force. Now, we're going to, according to the money we're getting, which is good, we're making 198 a turn. We're going to need that because every force every mercenary we hire gets more expensive each time we hire them. And we're going to have a lot of mercenaries. They're going to be the bulk of our army. We couldn't build an army up or fight a war without them. Because look at what we got. We got militia. We don't even have technology for it. I think we're still busy doing ironworking. So we would never be right. Alright, I'm going to end the turn. See how quick the turns are. Very, very. Discovered ironworking. So this is our wife. What does the trade give us? As governor, sees minus 20%. Luckily, we didn't put her as governor. Remember, we wanted to put her as governor. I was thinking of putting because she had such a good trade. Luckily, we didn't put her. As leader, she's not a leader, and as governor, so we're lucky. We're lucky. She's loyal, which is great. That gives us 2 discipline, which is money, and she's a diplomat, same as her. But we're lucky. We don't have her as a governor. Okay. So she's got a not such a nice. Why is it not often absurd? There's nothing else that was added to her. Okay, so we luckily don't need that trait. All right, to date, our city, and that's this one. So you can always minus the events. They'll stand over there, and you can go and look. It's this one. That's our main city. Has followed the example of the motherland of the great Phoenician city of Tyre, using the wealth alone to control our destiny. Yet Tyre resides in one end of the vast Mediterranean Sea, while this place, Qadesh, sits astride the middle of the sea. From this position, the most profitable trade routes pass through Carthaginian waters, while naval power could be projected to anywhere. The future will belong to the greatest naval power. Who can imagine anyone being able to harm an empire who cannot be defeated at sea? Armies couldn't even reach us. Building the largest, most skilled, most powerful navy will be the key to our ascendance. I'm going to read these goal things to you. They're little short ones, so it's not so bad. And we must build 3 ships. You see that? Now we must Carthaginian controls more land that it did just a decade ago. Yet much of it's unused. There's a need for more workers so that more of the land can be put to productive use. Sea snails and tar uses this to produce dyes, also found near the shores. All will help the warriors, and there'll be fertile land for farms as well. So we must control 3 workers, which is fine. We're going to get our 3rd worker over here. Okay, we just at the moment going to build up our forces. Okay, so we have 9 orders. We need to get more orders. It's just terrible. Let's just check. He's still sitting. He's still going to take 8 years. That's a long time. But you know what? He's worth it. Because after we get him built, because he's going to give us extra 40 a year, 40 money. He's going to give us 4 science and an extra 6 from traders. And 2, there's the 2 growth, 5 science, 82 money. And that's why I picked the Carthaginian as the first family, as one of the families, because we need the dosh. We'll need to buy lots and lots of mercenaries to get ahead in this game. This is about getting the mercenaries. You're not picking up. You got warriors. We can now make a warrior. I'm happy who are DDR. They can't even move fast, man. So we're lucky we have that. Okay, so I look here to see if there's anything in the towns we need and anything there. We just have the military and our scout. The scout, I love to move. I play around with these movement. I'll move the scout, grab the thing. Then I want this. We want to harvest that, and we want that as well. But I'm gonna wait first because I just want to make sure this guy needs to go in there because we need to promote him, and this guy he can't get in there yet, right? Just check we got those orders, and the scout, we can get. Just checking what I want to go there and just grab. I like to grab the. Oh, hang on. Is there anything else? You see, you gotta watch your orders and see, because you gotta. So he can go there and grab that bit of ore that's there, because that's available now. The time has gone for that one. Now we must pick our research. Careful. Stone cutting. I don't care what's over here. I don't care whether we got stone cutting. Stone, everything. In the ancient era, everything's built with stone. Do you understand what I mean? You got to hit the stone. All right. That's about it. We have everything done. Let's end the year. Oh, I should have promoted him, but it's fine. I'll promote him now. All right, look here. This is the most important thing here. Okay, so he's got to go back there and grab the culture. Very important. Get the culture. There's nothing else. I want to bring him in there. Did he produce any more soldiers? Okay, he didn't. I'm going to first of all grab that. I must sometime explain to you how movement works. So he didn't have anybody come here. Sorry, he didn't have anybody. I'll explain to you in probably another episode, in the next episode. But I'll explain the movement. Here I want to. I want the marauders. Yeah, I want him up. I'm gonna upgrade him to an elite nomad marauder. And I'm gonna. Okay, I don't have enough. You see, I need this here. Oh, and I don't have an order. It costs 120 training, but I've run out of orders. I'm happy with that because I just want to double check that everything's going smoothly here. These guys are still building that, and he's building that. Let's have a look at the towns so you can see the towns, how the town is doing. See, there's the town interface. I'm building a shopkeeper. I'm building a scout there. She's in charge, and you can see how they grow. This one has got better growth. They're probably even enough in civics. He's got a little bit better. This is our originally starting guy. We've got a little bit same growth in terms of culture. Our happiness level's the same. We've got better. See, and it explains the whole thing. That's how you see the town. That's great, eh? And you can go directly to a town just clicking on there. And you've seen also there's now the tree developing. They're married. They produced, and they can get divorced. Carriers get divorced. They can die. They can get poisoned. They all kinds. They can get assassinated. It's like Crusader Kings, like a mini Crusader Kings within a 4X game. A game. Now she will come. She comes to age 10, and then we need to. At age 10, we can give her a tutor. I said that in the beginning, and then she can go and we pick a profession for her, because she's the next in line, because she's the youngest. Always gets the young, and according to our setup, our family setup, the youngest is the next one to inherit. So if they have another boy, if we have another boy between me and her, that boy will now be the heir, not this one. The oldest doesn't inherit. And she gets all kinds of things, and we get to choose a profession, so we can shape her as well. So just like Crusader Kings, and then you've got also the Empire side, which it's nicely balanced. In Crusader Kings, I found, especially in 2, I found that there was too much of an overemphasis on character traits and developing characters and whatever. There was not enough on kingdom management. They went heavily, and I didn't like. It was too much. I didn't like it. There were events for him going in hunting and finding a baby there and taking them out. It was just, they brought in everyday events. It was just too much. It's too much in Crusader Kings. They've overemphasized it there. It's too much. There must be a balance. This game balances everything beautifully. There's just enough character shenanigans, and not too much. Just enough to shape the game beautifully. And of course, you've got your empire management, which is important. I know I'm carrying on there. You got to watch this at the time. You will see why he got. He was a diplomat. He was cunning. He got. It tells you why they go up, and then him personally also has an opinion of you. You understand? He's 80, and his opinion is 100. So that's okay. And even your tribal leaders also have opinions of you, and where they stand with you, and we turned him down. So they all have their own nuances in here. And here's everybody, the workers. You can look there, and here's what we're building in our 2 cities. Here's that, and we've got to watch for also the paganism, the church, the religion. It's very important. And then we've got her there, and we've got our 2 courtiers here, and we've got our wife and our king. And we've got to keep an eye on that. We get ambassadors that through technology. All right, I know I'm carrying on. We got to go to the next turn. I think we're going to end it there. I think we've done what we want. I just want to make sure everything's fine. I always like to check, because, like I told you, with the missing, with a woman that wasn't, where I didn't put the wife. I went on the turn, I forgot to put the wife. That's why I went back to get the wife. And sometimes I do that. That's the beauty of having you can go right back with this, with that back turn and the control. You can go right back to the beginning, right from the top to the beginning. I also wanted to show you, was it this? Yeah, you see here. And you see on the right hand side, you can see you can play your whole movie out here. See, then it shows you as you go along. See how it's like growing it, and how you grew, and where you went to, and what was there. See now it's building. See there, it builds that whole. You keep a history of your whole timeline, and it shows you on the right. And yeah, you can also do I know I'm showing you. See the graphs and stuff. This game is just so off the chart. Then I'll show you that goals, and then here's your goals, but that's just the goals of the scenario. You need to keep an eye also on the right hand side, because these goals, and they got time limits. Some of them have time, like 21 years to 27 years. We'll get to that, because we're making the money. All right, I'm going to end the year. Go to the next year. Okay. He's compassionate. Great skill. So this is the leader of the artisan family, and he's a bit bitter. He's bitter, which is not a good skill. It's -2 to. I think that's, what is that? It's like civics. It's -2 to civics. It's charisma. Yeah, compassion is good skill. He gets a +1, which offsets that, and he gets a 1 on defense for money. So that's a good skill. So at least he got that. So he see the characters also gain traits as they go along. They get traits and they gain traits and all this type of stuff. Yeah, I think we're going to end it here. He's the elite, and we got to next turn. We got to remember to upgrade this one to the nomad, and then we've got 9 orders to deal with whatever's over here. All right, so I think we're going to stop here. It's been half an hour. I love every episode of this. It's such a good game, and I hope you're enjoying it, and I hope it can get you to buy this game. It's Steam. It's not cheap. It's not cheap, but it's not as expensive as Civ, the Civ games, or any of the big quality games which are over 1,000, 2,000 rand. This game is not cheap. It's not cheap with all the expansions and whatever. Try and get it on a sale. But even if you can't, even if the sale doesn't come, go buy it. It's worth your time. It's worth your energy. I love this game, and I can't stop playing it. That's what's so great about it. All right, we're going to end here until our next video. This is Sean from Fitz. Good day on you.